What's going on YouTube? Justin Strobeck here. Not too long ago, I stayed shredded for one whole year in 2024, being your average fitness influencer, making that the best year of my life, which is what you would expect me to say. Join me as I dive into the world of fitness and share the challenge of discovering what being shredded truly means. Everyone's pushing this on social media nowadays. It's not always sunshine and rainbow sunshine. I will take you through a day in the life of how it felt for me mentally, physically, and emotionally during this shredded experience. So sit back, relax, and listen, because this might change your mind about ever trying to pursue this. The simple concept of being shredded is having a very low body fat percentage, below 10% body fat for males, which is much different from your typical lean physique between 12 and 15%. You have muscle separations and striations everywhere on your body in places that you would never expect. On your glutes, on your ass cheeks, bro, and visible veins everywhere, those lower ab veins that you were trying to achieve. You finally get those. This does take consistent effort through diet and exercise. Some genetic factors may come into play, which gives some people the benefit of having a lower body fat set point and not really experience the bad side effects of being shredded. Your body fat set point is a comfortable body fat percentage for your individual makeup. This is why it's super important for people to understand on their fitness journeys the expectations versus the reality to getting shredded, absolutely peeled to the bone. You have nothing on you. It's paper thin body fat. The common misconception is that a shredded physique is just like a lean physique and is easily maintainable without the struggle. Another issue here is that many people assume that someone feels very good because they look very good. Contrary to looking good, you do not feel good at all. And neither did I, for that matter. Mentally, physically, and emotionally, the consistent effort of dieting and exercise is no longer enjoyable. It's just going to feel like a chore. You are going through the motions of this. The consistent effort takes priority, and other obligations in your life are sacrificed. Your job, your social life, your relationship with yourself is all down the drain because you want to stay at 5 to 6% body fat. Your time revolves around tracking every food macro to the last ounce, weight training with intensity, plus cardio and getting your step count in for the day. You're not missing a single beat. This is your new norm, thus not having much of a social life. Some people may argue that these people are taking PEDs and can more easily achieve this physique. Even enhanced athletes, just like naturals, will endure the same experience. Technically, anyone can achieve a shredded look. PEDs may help someone get there a bit quicker. However, diet and exercise and a fat ounce of discipline is going to be the key to getting shredded here. Dieting will consist of that calorie deficit. Periodically, the calories will need to be lowered more and more as the body acclimates to that calorie number. And as the calories lower, the cardio increases. Weight training will need to maintain relative intensity as well in order to maintain that muscle tissue. You need intensity. Many will quickly realize the fat ounce of discipline it really takes to achieve this goal and no longer pursue it. That's okay. Not everyone is a bodybuilder going through prep ready to step on stage. That was my big mistake right there. I wasn't doing any of this for competition. I was just going through this myself without a coach. A small percentage of people too may be genetically gifted. That 0.001% of people you see on your social media feed, due to them having that lower body fat set point I talked about, they are genetically gifted. Being under that 10% body fat, most men will feel comfortable between minimum of 12 to 15%. So it really comes down to someone's genetic potential, fat ounce of discipline that they have with their training and their diet and their recovery and other lifestyle factors, and PED usage. Having been through this journey myself, the results were awesome for a brief moment. And at my lowest body weight, I was a whopping 150 pounds. Aside from all that, man, the mental, emotional, and physical impact was all too consuming. It was draining and overwhelming. The fitness lifestyle that I was so accustomed to had consumed me whole. It had a vice grip on me, man. I was so hooked on the look. I was so hooked on the lifestyle. I wanted to keep going with this. When I initially reached my goal, I felt like I accomplished something. I was proud of sticking to a goal. Behind the scenes, it showed another side to the coin. There was a dark side to fitness that I never thought I would ever meet. The last few weeks of dieting, my calories were at their lowest at 2,300 calories, and my activity was at its peak. My body was literally fighting me at this point to preserve fat for survival. At this stage, mental health is affected by massive brain fog, lack of motivation, obsession with body image, body dysmorphia, anxiety, depression, irritability, depersonalization, all rear their ugly heads just for me to feel some type of normal. I needed to have something to fix this. What did I do? I got prescribed an anti-anxiety medication. And eventually that stopped working, so I had to keep taking more and more and more. And oh my Lanta, it was just stacking another problem on top of another. Anti-anxiety medications like that are going to be hard to get off of. Lest we not forget the physical toll that this took on my body. I will preface that I was taking TRT during this journey to help with my energy somewhat. To be honest, it did not do a thing for me. I was still going through similar physical, mental, and emotional complications. Excluding the lowered testosterone level, I was still hovering around 1,000 nanograms a deciliter for testosterone levels. I was starting to feel weaker. I felt like I was going to be a plastic bag drifting through the wind at any moment. I was doing all of this while holding down a full-time job. Even with copious amounts of caffeine, at least 500 milligrams a day, I was taking double shot espressos, stacking that with my Gorilla Mind Respawn energy powder that I have sitting right here, and I was still suffering from chronically low energy levels, man. It was ridiculous. Yet, I was still committing to 4 days a week of working out, getting my 10 to 15,000 steps in. I would go to Starbucks most mornings. That was a half-hour walk away from my house, come back and get an hour of walking in. That was 6,000 to 7,000 steps of walking taken care of. It was obsessive compulsive behavior. It was an eating disorder, man. I was pumping myself with so many things just to keep my head above water, being your average fitness influencer. Are you still interested in doing this, man? Wait, there's more. Insatiable hunger, your craving, your food focus goes through the roof. After having a hearty meal that most people would call, I would be looking forward to my next meal already. I was the bottomless pit. I could beat Eric the Electric any day in one of his eating contests. Sounds amazing, but man, that is scary when all you could think about is food. Your brain is rewired for survival. You're literally a squirrel looking for its next nut before hibernation. Recovery from workouts, your lower libido, your sex drive is non-existent anymore because you have low body fat percentage. You have no testosterone in your system to give you that tent that you need to pitch in the morning, to give you that nice solid pipe. I would not be thinking about sex at all. That would be the last thing on my mind. Many flu-like symptoms, awful sleep quality. To help me achieve that sleep quality that I thought I was getting was to take 20 milligram edibles every night. And this lasted for about a year or so, maybe a little bit longer. But when you take edibles like that, you're also not getting your quality sleep. Your REM sleep is compromised. Plus, you're already in a low body fat state, which is making it very hard for you to fall asleep. Your stress, your cortisol is running rampant. There was a little voice in my head that was saying, do I really want to keep going with this? I'm feeling like any moment that this will be the straw that broke the camel's back. A year into this, I had decided that enough was enough. I sought professional help with a dietitian who specializes in eating disorders. Even with outpatient therapy, I already dug myself into a hole where outpatient therapy was just not working for me. I worked with her for 1 month, for 2 months, trying to dial back on my exercise, all these behaviors I was engaging in, eating much, much more. That's when she told me 2 months into this, you're not getting any better, you're probably getting worse. So my recommendation, and I'm so glad that she recommended this, was to go to eating disorder residential treatment. I was admitted to eating disorder residential treatment for 5 to 6 weeks. I was considered medically unsafe to take care of myself. My fitness journey and my pursuit to getting shredded and staying shredded had led me to places where I'd never thought imaginable. So take this from me. This is not a great experience. I'm also grateful at the same time that this happened to me. I knew that I needed to experience this once and never again. I was able to rehabilitate myself. I was able to get off all these medications I was taking. The TRT, the Klonopin, the edibles every night. That was the one thing that they cut me off from cold turkey. That made sleep such a nightmare, a living nightmare. I was not sleeping at all. At times, I was staying up for 5 hours before I was able to fall asleep naturally. The only thing I had available to me at the time was the caffeine. But going from espressos every day in my comfortable home to Folgers canned coffee, that just tasted absolutely disgusting. So I gave up caffeine cold turkey. I'm gonna raw dog this whole thing in rehab. I want to do this right. I will do what it takes, no matter how I'm feeling. I will get through the struggle, and And this struggle showed me the way. You may have heard the saying that struggle is the pathway to finding peace and a better life. This showed me for sure that there was life on this other side of a struggle. I did not know that at the time, but everyone was telling me to trust the process, trust the process. You must surrender. Your life that you were living before is no longer serving you. Focus on what's important right now, your recovery. I am super, super grateful for all the lessons, everyone that was on my side, believing in me, encouraging me to keep going when I just felt like I did not want to show up for myself. Eventually, it all worked out. About a year later into recovery, I am happy to say that I'm feeling like my normal self again. I'm starting to learn a few things again about myself that I had to relearn. I was clouding my mind with so many things. I was in a literal haze for the last couple years. I had forgotten exactly who I was, man. This gave fitness a whole new perspective for me. Fitness is not the pinnacle of wellness. Your performance is. One thing that I wish I would have done differently was to have someone to coach me through this process. So the reality is this: the end result is very impressive, and I applaud anyone committing to a challenging goal, but they must be aware of what they will be up against. Many people will need to know that being lean does not mean the same thing as being shredded. It takes so much more effort and sacrifice than people realize through diet, exercise, and that fat ass ounce of discipline, making this process rather isolating and lonesome. You become obsessed with your appearance, your body dysmorphia kicks into high gear. You want to get leaner and leaner and leaner. Your perception on what is a normal body fat is totally distorted. As a result, you may develop an eating disorder from all this behavior that you're engaging in. Your emotions go haywire, and physically, you feel like hot garbage, even for the enhanced athletes, including the ones that are taking TRT. To sum it all up, no one's going to enjoy being around you. You will feel like a Krabby Patty all the time. I'm not putting anyone down who wants to get healthier and in better shape. That's another thing. Don't let social media fool you into believing what the ideal physique looks like. Sure, the fitness influencers look amazing in photos, yet so much is going on behind the scenes. I wish a lot more people would be forthcoming and telling people about this. It would be a huge positive impact for the viewers' mental and physical health. It would set their mind straight if they would ever want to pursue something like this. To drive this point home for you again, man, being shredded, it looks awesome, but the only benefit it has is to compete on a bodybuilding stage, take a few photo opportunities, and get a few compliments from people. So take this time to reflect on your own fitness journey and learn to appreciate that your body is a temple. It's capable of doing these amazing things every day that we take for granted. So instead of literally beating yourself up to reach some insane goal, go with a more practical approach. Please, I beg you. Only diet down to maintain a set body fat percentage that's sustainable for you. Be consistent with the basics. Lift weights, eat right, eat enough, not too much and not too little, and recover well with quality sleep. Do not self-medicate. Understand that there is much more to life than dieting and exercise. You need to be there for your job. You need to be there for people. You need to be there for your family, your dog and your cat and your gerbil. And you need to be there for yourself. You need to have a relationship with yourself, in which will all be sacrificed, all because you wanted to maintain a 5 to 6% shredded physique. Now, does this seem attractive to you? All right, that will be enough for this video. If you got this far into the video, I highly appreciate you for sticking around listening to this story. Please comment on this video, like this video, share, subscribe to the channel, and turn your notification bell on, because I will be dropping fire again on this channel for you once a week. Again, this is Justin Strobeck Fitness. Stay balanced within the force. Stay well. I will see you in the next video. Peace.